And what is that? Is the word. Your tongue is your oracle. You speak. You speak in the affirmation that this is how I want this. You tap into the consciousness of your being. I look at some people and I laugh. You don't know the power you wield as a human. Tap into that realm of spirituality. We mix a lot of things up and everybody's confused. Better still, let's go back to the ways of our forefathers. Have finished on. They have finished on. They turned Africans, sub-Saharans especially, to Dundee. Everyone becomes a zombie. Rubbish. You bag PhD, you think when you speak here, you know what I mean? That means you're intelligent. No? Or when someone says yacht, no, I'll say yacht. It's not yacht, it's yacht. Therefore, you're more intelligent. Your frontal lobe means stimulating. What we need is you need your franca lingua. You need some basic mathematics that will help you add 1 and 2. And then you need all other things, physics, whatever, taught in your lingua franca. If you have to. In also English language, therefore you're intelligent. You're not. You need to work on your frontal lobe. Okay? That's what you need. This is the main reason Africans are easily swayed in the most obvious situations. You can see the apparent truth. No, you can't, because you can't critically analyze what you're looking at. You fall for it. We need to effectively manage perceived information, ensuring that whatever is presented to us is critically analyzed and evaluated to ensure that it conforms to appropriate understanding within our knowledge base. That is why we're different from monkey. It doesn't mean that monkeys can't do the things we do. They do it. You need to see a monkey washing a plate. He washes the plate, but he washes it differently from how the human does it. When your frontal lobe is stimulated and developed, you cannot be easily fooled or swayed. The frontal lobe in the brain helps to process perceived information. It enhances your reasoning capacity. When your reasoning capacity is enhanced, the way you evaluate and analyze information is different from the way a child who is 10 years old would analyze that same information. That is to show that you have developed. So we need to attain that level of reasoning power to enable your decision making. If you make a conscious decision, or if you had made a conscious decision to have your frontal lobe stimulated, as the case may be, our land today will not be desecrated with the blood of our people. Our land will not be contaminated with the information concocted by someone whose frontal lobe is designed to create confusion and milk you once you rise against each other. But 2023, we must cleanse it. I will wipe it clean. It is imperative that we do so. If your frontal lobe is developed, you would have perceived that all the teachings of our leader was to prepare you for a time such as this, so you do not fall and replace the development of your frontal lobe with unbridled emotional perception. If your frontal lobe is activated, you will ask questions unceasingly. You will ask yourself, what have you learned all these years from the teachings of our leader? I want a circulation of our leader's appearance in 2015 in CK. That is why I love Aba people. 1929, the Aba women riot. Aba people, they are strong-willed. This nonsense, people are being kidnapped in Enugu, in Sochi and the rest of them. Do you hear such nonsense in Aba? Abba will tell you that you cannot come and speak about person and the person will swallow you hook, line, and sinker. They will reason. They will analyze what you have just said to them. Please find that video of their parents, the rally of our leader in 2015. People were running from our area. People were leaving their shops and running like they were mad. They were going crazy. They wanted to go and see the man who had made a conscious decision using his frontal lobe to bring his people together. He thrived on showing his people the path to achieving the saying, and the meaning of one family. You could travel home without the fear of being kidnapped. There was no incessant killing of our people. Nnamdi Kanu's primary aim is the protection of our people. And he knows the dangers of people with undeveloped frontal lobes. And he kept asking you, he knows the dangers of such people, the mayhem they could cause for the people, because they do not understand the vitality of loyalty. They join the freedom fighting body with their undeveloped frontal lobe, which they brought from their local meeting groups to cause confusion. You are under the sound of my voice today. You are one of the people, you blackmailed your brother and sister just for your position. And then when you mess up in that position, which you did not get using the right path, what do? You run back to the person you initially blackmailed, and you two will gather together against the body you were once part of. Your frontal lobe needs to be activated. You need to stimulate it. If your frontal lobe is activated, you would know that the union you have formed with the person you once blackmailed is smeared and fraught with danger, enveloped with dishonesty, grudge, and disdain. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Who is your friend? He is not your friend. That is another danger with mantras. You drop enemy is my friend. When you're done dealing with that enemy, this person will be with you. Because your relationship is not based, you didn't take it off based on a good premise. It's formed based on killing someone else or maiming someone else. Therefore, your relationship is hokey pokey, does not exist. You two are deceiving yourself. You are deceiving each other because one thing you have in common is to destroy that body you once belonged to. After that, what next? You have yet to ask yourself that question because your frontal lobe is inactive. That is why you can't even ask the question. Clean up your hearts in 2023. Clean up your heart. Those of you that read the Bible, it says, lift up your hearts, all ye gates, and be ye lifted up, ye everlasting doors. What is the gate? Activate your frontal lobe so you can understand and identify what these gates are. Gates. The gate of confusion, the gate of backbiting, the gate of being power hungry, looking for where to fester confusion. Hitler once failed. Eventually, you can never stay on top forever. You will eventually come down. But make sure that as you were fighting your way up, you have the floor. You made it all smooth and nice. You put beds. That is what I'm trying to say. So that when you fall from there, and a lot of people are waiting for you. So you imagine like for messing up the ground whilst you are going up. So lift up your hearts, O ye gate, and be ye lifted up. When you activate that part of your brain, you will understand what these gates are. Tap into the consciousness of your being so you can see in the dark. For myself, in the future, a lot of people will come to understand me. I see better in the dark. When it's dark, then that is when I see what you can't see. Those who are close to me know what I'm trying to say. I see what you can't see. And for you to be able to tap into that consciousness of your being, you need to acquaint yourself with darkness. Darkness is not evil things that you need to do. Darkness means a quiet path. It means a place where you sit and you see nothing but a tiny tunnel where you tap into the consciousness of your being, and then you can see better things. And we shout on the Bible, na dere mmadụ nke zoro ezo dịrị Chineke mana nke ekpuchiri ekpuchi nke zoro ezo ka Chineke na-ezi ndị ọ hụrụ n'anya. Yeah, ndị ọ hụrụ n'anya, but you cannot be empty and he will show you nothing. Enweghị ị ga-ahụ because you're busy making too much noise and following noise all over the place. So you can't even hear him. So you need to find that part where you can tap, where you can be able to see that is God can show it to you. I look at some people and I laugh because they think I see them for who they are. You think I don't know nothing about you? I do. Once you say hello to me, I know who you are already. So tap into the consciousness of your being so you see in the dark and hear in the midst of noise. A wise man once said that in the midst of noise, you need to be able to speak wisdom. Pick it up. Capture that tiny bit of thing that can elude even the finest of minds. But you will be able to pick it. Why? Because you can tap. You can, in the midst of noise, you can hear. And in the dark, you can see. Connect with the power of discernment and you will see the glory thereof. If we connect to being able to discern things, we will be better people come the end of 2023. We will, and I promise you that. But where we are today, we need to sanitize. Sometimes it's as if Nnamdi Kanu has spent since 2012 talking, and people just come. They don't listen. They listen to leader, our leader, us follow you, support. We are formidable. We are indomitable. One wind. You know what I ask? Rubbish. Someone who can barely find the road to his house is telling you he's bringing you Biafra 2023 and your frontal lobe needs to be stimulated. Stimulated. Because this is becoming it's becoming too My mother would say, hara okay, it seems we're all mad. How can you ever get anything if you don't have a line of hierarchical structure? How can? It is foolishness. Learn to differentiate when you're foolish and indisciplined. Learn to know your place. Learn to know your place. I once got a message. Somebody, if I was Nnamdi Kanu's wife, what I would be doing? Why don't you see me everywhere, looking for what you need to do? Because I know my place. Because I understand the hierarchical structure process. Because Ishi cannot have Iburu Nishi. No. Every part of the body has its functions. Learn that. Always incorporate natural biological things, analyzing them, incorporate them into the things you're looking at. It will help you to create simulations. People go to church and see that and pastor will preach. They just it's when I became, not when I became, I've always known what I am, but I wasn't completely blossomed in the fullness of my personality. But eventually, when I started to understand who I am and to understand the things that I see, I am able to analyze the things I see. By the time I'm done breaking it, 99.9% of people that come around me, it wears me out. It wears me out because I feed off people. So when you come around me, I feed off you. I know if you're true or if you're a horrible person. I know. Oh, I know. And gradually they fizzle, they disappear. Some, I don't have to say anything to them. They figure out that I already know. They don't come around me anymore. That is my strength. You will see the glory thereof once you begin to discern the wisdom, once you begin to hear the important things in the midst of noise, once you begin to see things in the dark, you will see the glory thereof. Nobody would sway you. And with that, be strong in the face of your enemies. When you see evil, call it evil. Speak the truth always, because truth is strength. Ezioku will set you free. Ezioku will kikeregi. Ezioku, truth is honor. Truth is light. And it remains your stronghold. That is the only thing that is constant, the truth. Ezioku will eventually come up. I like the music that our brother Jonathan played, and it would be nice if he could please play that song again afterwards. It says, "Ọhụrụ si na ya ahụghị, ọ bụ ya ka ikpe mara. Oriri si na ya erighị, ọ bụ ya bụ uche ya jụrụ ajụ. Amawo m na ọ ga-adị ka ọlụ ebube. Ịgbasịa lịkalịka, uche Chukwu ga-eme. Mgbe oge Chukwu ruru, akwa mkpuche kewasịa. Amawo m na ọ ga-adị ka ọlụ ebube. Ọ ga-adị ka ọlụ ebube mgbe oge Chukwu ruru. When the time comes, nothing can stop it. The miracle that awaits us. But we must be prepared with a clean heart and stimulated frontal lobe. This is Radio Biafra, where we worship. From me here, it is Happy New Year to you once again. Good evening, and thank you for listening.